Hey guys, Kevin, Colk's Pinball. Doing things. We're just doing a different part of the arcade, so we're not doing pinball today. Sorry. I know the last video was a JAMA thing on that. So I'd recently got this Skee-Ball machine. It's an actual brand Skee-Ball machine. Amazing condition, I'll say. I'm pretty sure it's from like 1995 range. Whenever I got it, it was just, let's call it really dusty. So I'd wipe down most of it as I was putting it together. So nothing big, couple tiny little things that I would like to address, and then it's done. It plays great, nothing wrong with it on that end. So unfortunately I started taking it apart before I figured, you know what, I'll go ahead and do something for the channel. So normally you have two of these up here, and they have a slot in it for over here on the bottom of this net. You can leave this in, but it's a lot easier to get out with the net out. And then at the top of the net goes in right here with a bolt. So undo the two bolts, unscrew, you have 4 screws there, 4 screws here. And then as you lift up the net a little bit, you can slide the panel out. And then once the panel slides out, you can move and just take the whole thing out of there. Mine has this little blocking pin with a screw down here at the bottom right there. You take out those 2 screws and that whole panel just lifts up and it's now over there. So what we want to do, or what we're doing today, I gotta look up his name. I'm pretty sure it's Mike Hale. He does stuff for Pastime Arcades. Huge shout out to him, because I went onto the Skee-Ball group. I was like, hey, I just got one of these, just looking for a couple of little things. And instead of just saying, here's a link to a website where you can go spend $100 and get everything you want, he actually had a chunk of cork, because I'm missing a piece right there. He sent me about 10 inches of this little sticker tape right here, because you can see that's messed up. So I was like, unfortunately, if it was longer, I'd just do the whole thing. But I think I'm just going to do a minimum cut right there and just replace the minimum. So that way I still have some extra. Because my next thought was, well, do I just want to replace, because this is the end that's closer to you. So it is, you know, that piece up there in that corner. So that's the piece. So I thought, well, do I want to put the whole piece on, you know, and have it to cut more back here? But I think I'm just going to do the minimum. So I'm just going to replace that little piece right there. I can line it up in the camera a little bit better. But so unfortunately, it's going to be a lot shinier than this. I'm going to try to clean that up. And then on here, he had 2 sets of the stickers, decals, because I was like, you know, can I just use mailbox stickers? Does it matter? Whatever. And he said he had the file for a printer. So he actually sent me 2 sets of the numbers. And then he had a little piece of cork. So I need to trace that out, lay that down, construction cement this down into place. And then this doesn't have any foam padding in it. So I need to fill that, put some foam padding in there, glue that piece down in. So we'll see how this goes. And of course, just while it's out, I gave it a good dusting, you know, wiped it all off and kind of cleaned it real quick. But I figure while it's out, it's going to get scrubbed. I mean, this isn't gonna, I mean, that's just dense where it kind of turns the matte and satin from the ball hitting it. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is strip all the numbers off, clean it, and just have it just be as clean as possible. And then I'll do the next little clip here. See it. Okay, so it's been about an hour or so. So basically just scrub this really hard with all the white stuff with a magic eraser. I mean, a lot came off. I know there's still obviously little dirt spots. There's still, you know, you still got little stuff like that. But I mean, a ton came off, which is good. Obviously took all the numbers off, then went over that with a label and sticker remover, made sure all that was gone. Then after all that was gone, used like an alcohol, went over and kind of rubbed it, make sure it's perfectly clean and dry. And so then this one wasn't glued in anymore, so I kind of used it. I had to make it a little bit bigger on the outside, but this piece needs to go kind of under there, you know, and it is a little bit lighter, but I mean, you can barely see that. And even like my buddy that's a couple inches shorter than me, he couldn't see it at all. So I'm not really that worried about it. It's more like protecting the wood. There's nothing in here, so I had some, you know, like cushion foam, whatever. So I'll be sticking that in there, and then I'll kind of glue the edge, you know, closed. Here's my old numbers. So the cork, I never dealt with it before, so I wasn't sure exactly how to do it, but it does have a beveled edge. I just using a like a little X-Acto knife, traced it and cut it out. Once that was done, I just used 120 on it. That seemed like that worked pretty quick. So the next thing I need to do is do all the numbers. I'm thinking I might do the numbers next. That way, once I glue those pieces in and fix that piece of foam, I can just put some weights on it and leave. Just kind of be done for the night. Let that sit for a while. I don't want to do that stuff, and then while that's drying, I might move it, change angles, trying to get because I'm going to have to make sure it's perfectly level before I do any of the numbers. So I'm thinking I'm going to do the numbers next, and then I'll do the padding. So I'll check in here in a second. Yep. Okay, so the numbers went really quick and easy, no big deal. The gluing of the new piece down was fine, and then the back one, you know, that whole piece, I just glued that back down. What I'm doing here is I've got some of that epoxy on the inside, and that's open, and I'm just resting it in there, just kind of keep that flap down, because I'm hoping tomorrow or so, whenever I come down, I can just lift this up off there, because nothing sticky is touching the vice grips. And then, you know, that flap will stay down. If not, it's probably gonna need like maybe sewn, or if I had some of like my quick, I have like a real thick like gel super glue with a spray activator, but once you spray the activator on there, it's like instant dry. That would kind of be a good thing to maybe use there, with the stronger. I like this epoxy, this construction adhesive, because it has flex to it, so you can kind of bend it and thump it and stuff, and it stays, you know, it has a little bit of elasticity to it. So that's gonna be it for now. Like I said, I think it all went pretty well. Just, you know, threw the new numbers on there, kind of see those came out good. So I mean, there is dirty spots on it, but it's crap, what does that be, 31 years old now. So I don't expect it to be perfect. I will give it like a final wipe down and stuff like that, you know, before I put it back in there. I'm not sure what the best thing to do is to clean cork, so I'm going to look into that tonight. Then I guess like tomorrow morning or so, I'll just replace that little sticker. But it's like 7 o'clock and I didn't eat dinner, so I'm going to go upstairs and eat my leftover ropers from lunch. So okay, I guess I'll see you tomorrow whenever we pull that up and see what it looks like, see if I failed, and then we'll do that sticker and throw it all back together. So probably like 15 minutes, 20 minutes worth left of work. So maybe early tomorrow morning or so whenever I wake up. See you later. Okay, well, this is pretty much as clean as this is gonna get. So scrubbed as much as I could. Like I said, replaced that piece of cork, re-glued that one down, sanded it. So I am going to go ahead, put this back in there, and after that I need to do that decal that's messed up. So, and I'm going to do a little video on that, because usually the Model S's didn't have optic sensors, so I'm going to do a little video on that real quick. Okay, so this is my Model S, and as you can see, this whole thing is like a fiberglass plastic. Well, it's probably like an ABS mold, but it has optic sensors in it. And from what guys on the group has said, was towards the end of the run for the Model S, this was kind of a maybe a special order option. And you know, the guy that I got it off of, he got it in a group, like a bulk purchase. So he's like, I don't know. He said he never even plugged it in because this isn't what he was going after. But you can kind of see, like right there, there's another screw hole, you know, behind the metal rail, kind of like that. So it almost looks like this was set up for something else, but then with this metal rail with the optic sensors on it, instead of maybe over here they had another switch. I'm not sure. Then, you know, they said I also had like a newer display up here as well. That wasn't what the Model S usually had. It looked a little bit different. And then also, like, that's an optic sensor there. Let's see. So, it's interesting. I got this whole thing, let's just call it extremely cheap. It wasn't free, but might as well should have been, well, almost. So it was just covered in a lot of dust. I've been going through trying to clean everything off. So, but there you go, kind of interesting, but works great. I'm just gonna put it back together so I can replace that last little piece of chrome trim that was peeled up a little bit. Just cleaned off the ticket dispenser. They had packaging tape on the back with a key. So whenever I peeled that off, there's just a lot of residue on there. So there we go. Let's get it back together. Okay, so I just got this piece replaced. If you get really picky, it is like a hair wider and the ribs are just a little bit different. It's being, you know, super picky. One thing, like here's the old one. You can kind of see how the chrome came off the paper, or you know, whatever this is, this white stuff. So to kind of make sure that didn't happen a little bit again, I did put a little line of that clear, crystal clear Gorilla adhesive down into that crack, you know, and then just tried to clean it off as good as possible. So, but I'll got to clean it up a little bit, but you know, that way maybe, you know, this piece, the old piece, it doesn't peel off again. Realistically, what I need to do is get, you know, let's say it's 2 rails, but there's not full length, but let's say I need to get like 10 feet of the new stuff, and just peel it all off and do a factory piece, but that'll be later. I don't need to do that anytime soon, so, but that'll work. Like, you have the bar here and everything like that, so you really don't see this, but that little piece bugged me. So there we go. Let's get that over in there so I can do that bottom corner. We're all good. Okay, so there you have it. I mean, again, not 100% perfect, but it's 30 years old. So roughly, I don't have like a born on date, but so, but let's see, and there's the little chrome piece that I fixed right there. And even like, you can see like that's opened up over time. Really clear on like, you know, it's shrunk. So, but there you go. One thing that I did do, you know, I'd wrote on a piece of painter's tape, I just wrote start, because there's no coins or anything. They can just hit that and it fires up. Another thing I did, I do a lot of like wireless switches. So like, that's just, you know, like stuck to the wall on off switch. And it just, there's a receiver that I put on the outlets. For Skee-Ball, those are like $11. Well, key fob is $9. But I figured that way my daughter, she can come down here. She didn't want to turn on the whole arcade, so she can just hit on, turns on just the Skee-Ball machine, hits off. You know, it's on its own standalone. Wonder if you can see it. So it's just that white box right there, and that's the factory orange plug just coming down up into the back. So that's not an orange extension cord, but it's just that white box right there. So the box obviously always has power. and then you just click in a relay. And that's how I've done my other arcade for like 3 years now. It's been perfect. So, and you can reprogram them. So you have, like, I'll have one switch, but with like 4 receivers. I wish they sold the receivers separately. They don't. So I have like 3 or 4 extra switches. Good news is that means I have 3 or 4 extra batteries. So, but I've never had to switch battery, and it's been over 3 years. I just hit the 3-year mark. So, and that's how this room is. I have one for the Skee-Ball here. Just right now, just one right there for those. Then I have one over there. No, I have 2 over there because I have it coming down for like those 3, which that all needs rearranged and stuff. But so yeah, I've got one down there by the play field, and I've got another one. Well, you can kind of see the outlets right there. 7's coming to that power strip. So, but I'm going to clean up for a little bit and then have breakfast because, of course, it's early in the morning. And then I guess I'll set it up. I'll play a game. I'm not good at Skee-Ball, but I find it really fun. Love playing it. But I suck at it. So the good thing is that is also, I was able to put it on there. So that's my little scoreboard that you scroll through and type. You don't need to use the keyboard if you've never seen my videos. You don't need to use the keyboard. You can just tap on the screen, enter your scores for all my games. So, but yeah, they had one, and then I just took a photo of it, and it's just, you know, a vertical photo. Put it on there as a background. So, but I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up, and I'll be back in a little bit after breakfast, play a game. See you guys later. Okay, we're gonna do a quick little video here. I actually got my daughter in here because she loves Skee-Ball, so we're gonna go back and forth and just play a couple of games. It is one player, so she'll go, I'll go, then she'll go, I'll go, kind of thing. So we'll just do a couple games, show you what's going on. So, all right, go ahead. Change the angle just a little bit here. So she did 240, which is already, that's like my grand champion. I think she's up around 340.
Yeah,
330. 330.
Yeah.
240 is my high score. You do see it flash winner and go kind of crazy at 100 because whoever had this, you have one more. Oh, it spit out an extra ball. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see. I put in more balls, so it's used. Before it only had 4, now it has 9, but it is a 9-ball game. But yeah, whoever had this before, they set it up to where winner, so you get some tickets, is at 100. So that's why whenever you hit 100 points, it goes ahead and you hear it play a song. So we'll see if this does 9 correctly here.
Good job.
Did not do my. No, it's a game over 200.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just do the extra ball.
Oh, that's what that. Okay.
Yeah, that's extra ball.
Okay. Well, she beat me. Jeez. Okay, so yeah, this might just be the last game. She's already. You guys know how skee-ball works. I don't really need to explain this to you, but.
Oh, so close.
That was horrible. 8 balls played. There must be a set. I don't know. I had it all apart, obviously cleaning everything. I wonder if something got. I wonder if one of the sensors isn't picking everything up now. Now that I cleaned everything, something's not working.
I don't know. You could just put your hand in there.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. I wonder if it's. So the new balls are really shiny, and they talk about the. Okay, it just reset. Let me. I know they said the optic sensors sometimes have problems with the really shiny balls because it doesn't break the beam. It's not that style, it's a reflective style. So since it's a reflective style, the shiny, I don't know. So let's try this again, but just with the 4 original balls. We're going to take the 5 new ones out. Okay. Let's try this again with just the old balls, because this is the first time we're using the new ones. Oh yeah, I'd already started a game, so. If you don't play within like 30 seconds, it goes ahead and shuts itself off. Go ahead and throw the other 2. Something's going on.
I think it's just because we already had it loaded.
Yeah.
And there was my button.
Okay, we're doing a clean reset here now. Old balls, new game. Let's see what happens. Or I messed something up whenever I was cleaning everything. It worked perfect before I worked on it, right?
Yeah.
This one's horrible. Okay, so that worked. Okay, so using the old balls, go ahead, Katie.
Okay.
Using the old balls and starting fresh. Now we're 1 for 1. Yep. Okay.
It's close.
Yeah, because I'm also making sure, because if it doesn't score, I want to see which one it went in. Like if it goes in the 40 and it doesn't add 40. But yeah, they were talking on the forums that the optic sensors don't like the brand new wooden balls.
Yeah.
because it's a reflective sensor, not just a break the beam. And so this is the first time we've ever tried to use the new ones. So, and now that we've reset it and we've started fresh with just the 4 old ones, it's working fine. So, I don't know if we can dull those up or if somebody...
Sandpaper?
Yeah, well, I'll check the forums, but we'll see what they say online first. This is all dirty. I didn't wipe off my stuff. I'm good. I should just go for 100s the whole time. Oh! 100 caught on film. Oh, that one should have been stronger. That might have been my best score, and that was just going for hundreds the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but okay, I think it's
Some
fine.
sanitizer on.
Yeah. Jeez. Crap. Okay, well, she's still beating me like every single freaking game, but I'm just gonna go for hundreds the whole time. That would have been good if it would have been harder. I'll throw it harder. Oh! Oh! That's a high score for me right there. 270.
Good.
I'm not, I'll put it on the computer.
Okay.
The computer's not on for keeping our scores. I'll keep it later. I finally got one. What's that? Me 1, you 6? Go ahead. Well, it's probably you 5 and me 1. Or you're 7. I don't know, you'd be odds, but I think it's probably 7 to 1.
It's not good as That wasn't so good.
180.
That's an average score though, because
That's
it's
still
like,
pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
because like generally that's all 20s. So
Okay. Oh! Oh! Do over. It's gonna be horrible if I don't get any of them. Oh, I sucked at the ball. I don't throw it hard enough. I'm just trying for hundreds. The last game though, I got 270. I got my high score. The new balls were given a bunch of errors. It wasn't registering something because I guess because they're the shiny reflective. I don't know. I gotta look into it. We went back to just the old ones and reset it. And it's been perfect every game. 230. Well, you obviously destroyed me on that one.
Well,
Are you done?
Not this. This will be the last one because she went first, so I'll go last.
good
There we
job.
go. Oh! 270 again. So I guess that's my new way to play. I just go for hundreds the whole time. Because if you get two of them, you at least get 270.
Well, you can try for 20 once. So then you get more.
But I got my 100 on the very last ball.
Yeah.
So see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well I got my
Yeah,
grand champion twice. We'll call it good. That's a 15-minute play video. See you guys later. Like, subscribe, don't, whatever. See ya.